In this video, we are going to learn the construction of parabola. Now, we will learn in this course the construction of a parabola by two different methods. One of the method is referred to as parallelogram method, sometimes also referred to as the rectangle method. Another method is referred to as the tangent method. So, in this video, we are going to learn one of these two methods, and in the upcoming video, we will learn about the other method. So, first let me write down the question. The question is like this: draw a parabola by the parallelogram method when the axis of the parabola is 60 millimeter and double ordinate is 80 millimeter. Okay, so this is the information provided. The axis is 60 millimeter and the double ordinate is 80 millimeter. Now, while discussing the theoretical aspects, we have seen that any chord of the parabola which is perpendicular to the axis is called as a double ordinate. Now, let us start the construction. So, first you have to draw the double ordinate which is 80 millimeter according to the given question. So, first I am starting by drawing the double ordinate. So, this is a 80 millimeter long line which we are calling as the double ordinate, and we are naming the two ends of the double ordinate as A and B. Now the axis will bisect the double ordinate because the parabola is symmetrical with respect to the axis. So the axis will pass through the midpoint of the double ordinate. So from this end take a distance of 40 millimeter, or from this end you take a distance of 40 millimeter to get the midpoint of the double ordinate. So this is the point through which the axis will pass and it will be perpendicular to the double ordinate. So here you draw a vertical line which is the axis. Okay, so this is 60 millimeter long line, and this point we are calling as point D, and this point we are calling as point C. So this is the double ordinate which is given as 80 millimeter, and this is the axis which is 60 millimeter. So AB is the double ordinate whose length has been given as 80 millimeter, and CD is the axis whose length has been provided as 60 millimeter. So after doing this much of construction, you complete this rectangle or this parallelogram where this side and this side are equal and parallel to CD, and this side is equal and parallel to AB. You complete this rectangle or parallelogram. Call this point as E and name this point as F. So you see this rectangle or parallelogram which will be used for constructing this parabola. Thereby this method is referred to as parallelogram method. We are making the use of a rectangle or parallelogram to construct this parabola. Therefore this method is called as the parallelogram method or the rectangle method. Now this rectangle or parallelogram EFBA is divided into two halves, EDCA and DFBC. So one half of the parabola will be present here, another half of the parabola will be present here. So whatever construction you do here, the same construction if you repeat here, you are going to get the two halves of the parabola. So first I am telling you what to do here. So you divide this side AC and this side EA into the same number of equal parts. Again I repeat, you divide this side AC and this side EA into the same number of equal parts. So if you divide AC into 4 equal parts, EA also you have to divide into 4 equal parts. So let us divide AC into 4 equal parts. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. So once you divide AC into 4 equal parts, you cannot choose the number of equal parts into which you want to divide EA. EA has to be divided into the same number of equal parts into which the length AC has been divided already. So since AC has been divided into 4 equal parts, EA also has to be divided into 4 equal parts. So divide EA into 4 equal parts, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So number these division points as 1, 2, 3 and let us number the corresponding division points on this vertical side as 1 dash, 2 dash and 3 dash. Join these 3 points with D. And from these 3 points you draw perpendicular lines. So from 1 you draw a vertical line extending up to this line. Why? This is because this line contains 1, this line also contains 1. Similarly, the vertical line that we are going to draw from 2 is going to extend up to this line by the same logic, because this line contains 2 at one of its ends and this line also contains 2 at one of its ends. Similarly, we will draw another vertical line extending up to this one. So these 3 points we are going to call as P1, P2 and P3. So you see we already have a few points which are going to lie on the parabola, namely the point A, the point D and these 3 points P1, P2, P3. So through these 5 points, if you draw a smooth curve by using the French curve, then you are going to get one half of the parabola, which is going to appear like this. Okay, so this is one half of the parabola. In order to construct the other half of the parabola, whatever construction you have done here, you have to repeat the same construction here. So that can be done in 2 ways. I am showing you both the ways. One way is just repeat the construction, whatever you have done here, you repeat that here. So if you want to repeat it here, you have to first divide CB and FB into the same number of equal parts. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have divided CB into 4 equal parts. Okay. So FB also you divide into 4 equal parts. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you divide CB into 4 equal parts, FB also you have to divide into 4 equal parts. Then what you can do is, you can join these 3 points. You give names to these points. You call this as 4, call this as 5, call this as 6, call this as 4 dashed, 5 dashed and 6 dashed. These 3 points you join with D, and from 4, 5, 6 you draw vertical lines. So from 4 you draw a vertical line extending up to this one. From 5 you draw a vertical line extending up to this one. From 6 you draw a vertical line extending up to this one. So this point should be called as P4, this is P5 and this is P6. So through D, P4, P5, P6 and B, if you draw a smooth curve, then that will be the required remaining half of the parabola. So using a French curve, you can join the points D, P4, P5, P6 and B to get the remaining half of the parabola. Now I am going to tell you one small thing. You see, these points P4, P5 and P6 could have been obtained in an alternative way. What you can do is, you can skip dividing this FB into 4 equal parts. This part you can skip. Okay. You divide this into 4 equal parts, then just draw vertical lines from these 3 points. And then from this point, if you draw a horizontal line and extend it up to the vertical line originating from 6, you will get the point P6. So you need not get P6 by finding out the intersection of this line and this line. You just divide this side CB into 4 equal parts. Call the division points as 4, 5, 6. From 4 you draw a vertical line. From 5 you draw a vertical line. From 6 you draw a vertical line. From P1, if you draw a horizontal line and extend it up to the vertical line originating from 6, then wherever it intersects that vertical line, that point will be P6. Similarly, P5 can be found out by drawing a horizontal line from the point P2 and making the horizontal line from P2 run up to the vertical line originating from P5. So P5 is also the point where the horizontal line originating from P2 and the vertical line originating from the point 5 meet. Similarly, point P4 is the intersection of the vertical line originating from the point 4 and a horizontal line originating from the point P3. Okay, so instead of obtaining P6, P5 and P4 as the intersection of these vertical lines and these inclined lines, you can also obtain P4, P5, P6 as the intersections of these vertical lines and these horizontal lines originating from 4, 5, 6 and from P1, P2, P3 respectively. So this is another way of obtaining the second part of the parabola. So this is how you get the parabola by the parallelogram method or rectangle method. So I would like to summarize the different steps before completing this video. First, you draw the double ordinate with the given length 80 mm. Call the two ends of the double ordinate as AB. Through the midpoint of the double ordinate, you construct the axis CD whose length is 60 mm. Then you complete this rectangle AEFB such that AE and FB are equal and parallel to the axis CD, and the side EF is equal and parallel to the double ordinate AB. After constructing this rectangle AEFB, you will find that the rectangle is already divided into two equal halves, namely AEDC and CDFB. So one half of the parabola will be present in the portion AEDC and the remaining half of the parabola will be present in the portion CDFB. So what you do is, you do some construction in this part AEDC and repeat the same construction in the part CDFB to get the remaining half of the parabola. So first you divide the segment AC and the segment AE into the same number of equal parts. Here the segment AC has been divided into 1, 2, 3, 4 equal parts. The segment AE also has to be divided into 4 equal parts. So it also has been divided into 4 equal parts. These division points have been numbered as 1, 2, 3. These division points have been numbered as 1 dash, 2 dash and 3 dash. These 3 points have been joined with point D to get these 3 lines. And from these 3 points, we have constructed vertical lines extending up to here, here and here to give the points P1, P2, P3 respectively. Through the points A, P1, P2, P3 and D, if you draw a smooth curve by using the French curve, then you are going to get one half of the parabola. The other half of the parabola can be obtained by repeating the same construction in the section CDFB of the rectangle AEFB. So this is how the parabola can be constructed by the parallelogram method or the rectangle method. Thank you.